Welcome back. Our next segment is very, very important in our community. It's the Long Beach Community Foundation, and we have Marcelle Effley here, who is the president and CEO. And Marcelle, I'm so pleased that you're here because this is such an important foundation for our community, and I don't think people really realize what it is. It's not, most of the nonprofits that we've had on the program are those that have workers, men or women in the community doing things that are so important. But your group deals with financing of so many things that are important. Tell me what the Community Foundation really is.
Well, thank you so much for having me on the show, Beverly. This is a real treat for us because it's our 20th year that we've been serving the community.
No, is that right?
Yes, and as a former board member, you were there at the beginning,
yes,
along with the matriarchs and patriarchs of Long Beach that came together 20 years ago to form the foundation. And many of them said, we need an organization that can be stewards of philanthropic dollars, help individuals give to charity, foster philanthropy, be advocates to the nonprofits in Long Beach, and benefit the city of Long Beach. And that's why we were formed 20 years ago this year in 2016. So it's a pleasure to be the head of the organization.
Absolutely, and you're doing such a good job. Everybody says, "Oh, we're glad we have Marcelle." So.
Well, thank you. That's very, very, very flattering. But I have to say, you know, Gene Bigsby Smith and Jim Worsham, it was the Jim and Gene, as they called it, show for all those first 18, 19 years. And they really worked hard at growing the foundation. And it was the initial founders that put in the resources to build the foundation and said, you know, community foundations exist all over the United States, and they've been around for over 100 years. We should have a community foundation that focuses on the needs of our city. And so it was a meeting at the 555 with some of our founders, including Skip Kiesel and a lot of really wonderful people, and said, we need to get this started up the ground. And a year later, we had enough to get going, and we hit our first $5 million, then $10 million, and 2 years ago we hit $25 million of charitable funds that we manage that run the gamut between scholarships for children at City College and Cal State Long Beach, through planned giving, and charitable funds that we have the discretion over. So a large part of my day is spent meeting with nonprofits, learning all the ins and outs
that they do,
so that I can grant on behalf of donors.
And you have a board.
We have a fantastic board.
Yes, and that meets, you know, once a month, is it?
They meet every other month. It's currently
every
chaired.
Other month, okay.
Yes, it's currently chaired by Jane Netherton, of course, International City Bank CEO for 25 years. And our board of directors are the professionals in Long Beach that really help guide us, steer us, and watch the foundation grow and make sure it does.
So what you do is, if someone wants to have money set aside for nonprofits after they pass away, or if they just want to have it in a holding place to be used for nonprofits, you have their funds. The board, you have people apply to make use of the funds for and your board decides where it goes.
Well, yes, and there's a lot of different ways that we manage the funds, but the primary source of our assets, our $28 million that we currently have, is donor advice funds, or they're private charitable giving funds that either families decide where to give, or individuals, or groups of people. But the biggest benefit is, as an individual, and we see a lot of this at the end of the year, if you have disposable income that you want an immediate tax benefit from, you can put that with the community foundation, you can name your fund, and then December 31st, that deadline goes away in terms of your charitable giving. You can give after that deadline. You can hold the funds there and keep it there, or grant when you see an opportunity in the community, or maybe when you're asked. But the big thing is it's private. No, you know, a lot of folks decide, well, should I have a private foundation, which is anything but private. It is disclosed on your 990 tax form where and how much you gave, as well as you have to administer that foundation and take care of it. With the community foundation, we do all of the sort of back office for that and grant, and you can do it on your own time. and it makes it very, very easy to give to charity. But the planned giving portion is important because a lot of people want to be able to have their legacy live on, and I'll give you a couple examples. Katie Stone worked for the City of Long Beach for many, many years, and at Parks and Rec, and she decided she wanted to leave her legacy for youth and individuals that were experience the parks, experience Long Beach.
The funds that she wanted to give away.
Exactly, and so she decided to give that to charity, but she wanted the Community Foundation to monitor that over the course of forever, because it's an endowment, and to pick what the highest and best need was in Long Beach. And so her nieces advised to that, and they live outside of Long Beach, but they depend on us to let them know who's doing the type of work that their aunt would have wanted to fund. So we have great value for planned giving, or people give, like John Kajiwabara was very much a fan of the arts and the Japanese garden at Cal State Long Beach, and he has specific funds that went into specific organizations. And so individuals can come to the Community Foundation and discuss what types of causes they like, and then leave that.
So when Dr. Kajiwabara passed away, you had the funds to give to those places that he had been
specified
supporting.
them, or
he specified them.
Specified, absolutely. Or some people can give and say, I'm really passionate about the following types of charities, and I want you to find the charities that are doing the best work.
Or
and
you name the
fulfill my wishes.
charities.
Exactly, either way. So we're a big value to that. As well, we if a charity closes their doors for some reason, we have the authority to then move that charitable donation to a like organization, and that unfortunately does happen from time to time. So it's a great way to ensure that your gift is left in the ways that you intended it for.
You know, when I was on the board and I was learning about it at the time, which was quite a few years ago, it was part of the California Commission.
Yes, the California Community Foundation. Yes.
California Community Foundation. And I remember that someone in California had given to the California Foundation money to repair old pipe organs in churches.
Wonderful. That's a lot of churches do ask for those type of funds.
Nobody could find the churches, the old pipe organs. They found one in Orange County, and I thought, isn't that wonderful? that they didn't even know in Orange County, they didn't know that there was money set aside.
I'm gonna have to look into that, because I know First Congregational needs that now. So.
But you know, I mean, people will in Long Beach might put something in for something that the person over here that's doing it doesn't even know. But they're doing a specific need for the. Well, this is and has grown to be what?
It's grown today to be $28 million of philanthropic funds, and I mentioned about half of what we do is charitable giving funds. Another portion is scholarship funds. So if you're familiar with the Safe Surrender program, Don Knabe has set up a fund where those babies, which a few of them are going to be going to college in a couple of years, will be getting scholarships from the Community Foundation.
Is that right?
That's right, and anybody can donate to it, and it's on our website. We also have funds where people can choose the type of causes, and they can get together with their friends and raise money for a cause. And
do you have a list? It seems as though people would like knowing the list of what you have funds for, and they would want to donate to that.
Absolutely, and that's all on our website.
You have it on your website?
We have it on your website, and the URL is longbeachcf.org. And a matter of fact, we do have programs throughout the year, including National Philanthropy Day, and that's something that was started by our chair, Jay Netherton, and said, we need to get out in the community at least once a year and be doing some type of program that is benefiting the community in the way that, you know, rolling up your sleeves, painting something, helping a nonprofit. And so we're in our third year of that, and we'll be at Precious Lamb this October 1, and we will.
That's a good one.
We will, it's a daycare for homeless children for viewers that aren't familiar with it, but we will.
They've been on the program.
Oh, terrific! Yes, wonderful, and they will have a new upgraded playground and some interior improvements as well. I think one of the best stories that we heard too was from Young Horizons, which is a daycare over on 5th and Atlantic, and we did a 50-foot mural and enhanced the entrance of their entryway there and did some needed painting and improvements and screens and a whole, I mean, it was a big facelift. But I think the thing that warms my heart the most that I hear, that I kind of carry around with me, is the children that came to school the next day. The comments that we heard from them would just move you. And when I remember a child looked to his mother and said, "Look, Mom, it's like we're a real school now."
Oh my.
And so it's that impact that we're making, and the impact that community foundations make, that's happening every day by the monies that we're granting to the nonprofits, and trying to help the donors and match with the nonprofits, because it can be overwhelming sometimes to people. And of course, we try to keep all the money in Long Beach. Last year we granted $2.5 million, and we're growing, and every year we're growing and
Well,
growing.
I think the popularity, or people just understanding what the Community Foundation is, because, you know, you're the keeper of funds for so many things, that it isn't just for one program, or that they need to get through the maze of knowing exactly what Community Foundation does. And a lot of people like to have their money there just because it's already been given.
Exactly, exactly.
Because, you know, they may need it as a write-off on what they're doing now.
Sure, and we accept, you know, cash, credit cards, and checks, but also appreciated stock is very popular, especially at the end of the year. Gifts of real estate. We recently sold a property on Avalon that went to charity, and we charitable remainder trusts and all sorts of different giving tools. And I think, in short, if an individual is interested in giving to charity, they should absolutely come and visit the Community Foundation to figure out all the different programs that are available. And conversely, the nonprofits. I would encourage all nonprofits to give us a call and contact us. I love to do tours. I love to see
your telephone number.
Sure, it's 562-435-9033. And
again,
I am there, 562-435-9033. And I pick up the phone, and our vice president, who's wonderful, Colleen Bragaloni, she's there, and both of us are on point to help out with nonprofits and individuals. So,
well, I'd like to thank you also, because it kept this program on the air and when we first started, and that's been a wonderful help. So,
Community Foundation was a big help to PadNet, and we believe in it and still love to see it thrive and grow.
Public access. Public access.
Absolutely.
Well, Marcelle, thanks so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I'm just delighted that you're doing what you're doing, and that you're loving it and they're loving you. So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I hope you have a better understanding. I still need to know more, but we're glad that you are here still with us. We'll see you next time.